Okay, hello everyone. My name's David Baliey. I'm Director of Operations for Canine Partners. And I have Ronnie and Anne with me from the operations team, and Chico and Erin. We've got a sort of 40-minute presentation, but I'm going to do it in 10. So we're going to speed it on because I'm sure the most important part of the show is the two staff and the two dogs. So bear with me. We have left some catalogues out if people want to get some more information later, or happy to field questions later on. So we're currently based in West Sussex, and we've been going 22 years now. We had Prince Harry came along to celebrate our 20th anniversary, and our patron is the Duke of Gloucester. We have 500 inquiries a year for our dogs. Not all of them move into actually applicants for the dogs, they are just general inquiries. This year we're hoping to train 60 partnerships. Last year we did 44, which was a record for Canine Partners. I'll come on to it later, we just developed a new site, or in the process of developing a new site. Our long-term plan is to do 100 a year. Ronnie will talk through a bit more some of the tasks the dogs can do, but you can see some of the dogs removing cereals from the supermarket, helping people open doors, helping people remove clothing. Quite a lot of things they can do, but we'll talk more on that on the demo. The main disabilities, MS is our big one. We have nearly 200 partnerships, 48 I believe are people with MS. Cerebral palsy, spinal injury, quite a few injuries. We will look at anyone who will benefit from having one of our dogs. Interestingly, we have far more females than males applying for dogs. We're not quite sure why that is. I've been in position for about 18 months. It is something we want to look at. But quite a big change percentage-wise. That does tend to be across all the assistance dog organisations. I spent time worked for guide dogs before Canine Partners. It was a little bit closer together, but still was mostly female. One of our applicants, Joe Kaiser. Joe has a problem with her left leg, it stays up near her chest. Kaiser's a poodle cross and helps her out and about. Joe's very determined and really wants to try and resist keeping out of a wheelchair as long as possible. And Steve, one of the new things we've been doing lately is working for Help for Heroes. We have an office space at their base at Tedworth House down in Tidworth in Hampshire, and they will sponsor us to train ex-servicemen. Steve actually was on a motorbike and a car went into the back of him and broke his back. But we are getting a number of forces people coming back from Afghanistan now. We regularly do talks at Tedworth House. I was down at Colchester last week, the Army Barracks, doing talks at the Personal Recovery Centre there. So working very closely with Help for Heroes. A couple of our dogs, puppies, the breeds we use, mostly the gun dog breeds. Labradors, Golden Retrievers, crosses of the two, Labradoodles, we saw the one earlier with Joe. Mostly gun dog breeds. They're friendly, they're biddable, they're easy to look after. People like them, the public like them. How many people have come up to stroke our dogs already? If we had a Doberman and a Rottweiler, maybe not, a different thing. So, very sociable breeds, they mix well together, and they're adaptable. And they're a nice size for wheelchair users. You know, the smaller dogs may do a job, but how are they going to get stuff up to someone in a wheelchair, get onto the shelves, the doors, etc. If they're too big a breed, then you have problems with public transport, getting them onto tables, things like that. We train our puppies at 12 satellites throughout the country, West Sussex where we're based, right up to Scotland. And we have part-time staff do a few days a week running puppy classes. And we currently have between 70 and 110 puppies, but we're building. We're increasing the numbers as we go along. Our aim in 2 or 3 years' time, as I say, is to be able to provide 100. Sorry? Oh, right, yeah, the poodle cross, yeah, no, everyone likes the poodle crosses. I don't know who that is, do you? The black cross? summer. Isadora, yeah, we have one or two of them come across. So building up, and we're building up the satellites as we need more and more puppies. The puppies go to homes at 6 to 8 weeks old, and they live with volunteers who look after them until they're 14 months old, and they socialise the dogs. That's the big thing. There's no good having one of our puppies and living on a farm. It will be very sociable with cattle, sheep, chickens, but we won't be able to bring it to an event like this. So they have to get out. The volunteers do a brilliant job for us. We actually couldn't survive without puppy parents, but they have to get out. They have to commit to taking the dog out to town. If you haven't got children, go and stand by a school. You know, meet children. Probably get, if you're a guy, take a female with you. I guess in this day and age, you know, stand there. But people will come up and they'll approach puppies. So there's a big commitment from our volunteer puppy parents. Sorry. Yes, that's right. Yeah, it doesn't work. We've had some staff picked up here. Police turn up. I've had police called on me. I don't know why. I'm a pretty normal looking guy, I thought, but hey. But they do training. So they commit to going to a training class once a week with all the puppies, and our training staff will go and visit them on a home visit once every 5 weeks. 14 months old, they hand the puppy in. Hopefully, if they've done a good job and they've got rid of all the chewing the carpets, curtains, toilets in everywhere, we take it off them and we give them another one. They chews and toilets, and their job is to sort that out. They do 5 to 6 months of tailor-made advanced training. 3 tasks we do: tugging, touching and retrieving, and everything is based around that, and Ronnie will touch on that a little bit more. So tugging, tug your sleeve, you know, take your sleeve off. They can help people undress. We can attach tennis balls on a rope to a door so they can open doors. We'll just look at anything. If there's a way we can do it, we'll teach it. Touching, hitting a panic button, hitching some of the doors. We came in one of the doors where you touch the button and it flicks open. We can train the dogs to do that. Retrieve's the big one. We know people are using wheelchairs, battery goes flat, ring home, drop the phone. Steve, the Help the Heroes guy, it was a problem he had, but he's now got a dog that picks the phone up for him. So his wife's now happy for him to go out again. Getting the phone to you before people cut off, we know that's a big issue. We can send the dog to go and get it, get in post, things like that. We do 2 weeks training down at West Sussex on our new site now near Loughborough. People come in, meet the dogs, and they do 2 weeks on site. We have facilities to look after most disabilities down there, but we can train people at home if there is a need. Maybe a health reason we need to go to someone's home, or perhaps a young mother or someone who can't leave a child. And we provide aftercare for the rest of the dog's life, the partnership's life. They usually retire about 12 years old, the dogs. 11 to 12 years old, depends on the dog. We work with other organisations. Here we have a guide dog. It was trained as a canine partner and as a guide dog, so the lady in the wheelchair is visually impaired. First time it's ever been done in this country, so we did that a couple of years ago. And the chap is profoundly deaf, so, and in a wheelchair, so his dog does 2 tasks. So what happens is we'll take the dog for a period of time, and then we send it off to hearing dogs or guide dogs, whatever, to do their part, and we will work together. Moving on quickly. 199 partnerships and rising. We've got a new centre in Loughborough. I won't talk too much about staffing, that's not relevant today. This is a new centre, it's an ex-pig farm. We currently have 2 bungalows. We're hoping to train 6 people from there this year. The buildings on the left, we will hopefully develop them over the next few years as the finances come in into a residential accommodation. Right down the bottoms will be the kennel block, and we're going to develop some new purpose-built rooms. So one room will be like a bedroom, one will be like a kitchen. So we're really excited about that, but it's probably 3 or 4 years off our main West Sussex site. Okay, so very quickly through that, can I introduce Anne and Ronnie, who are now going to give you a demonstration of what the dogs can do. Right.